Hi, welcome to Undead Yarn. My name is Heidi, and you can find me as Nitty Girl on Ravelry, and you can find me as Undead Yarn on Instagram and on Twitter. And I forgot to say today, welcome to Undead Yarn, and today it is episode 111. I'm hoping that the lighting will be much better this time. I got a ring light. Actually, my husband bought a ring light. I had mentioned it to him, but he finally went ahead and got it. And so I think the lighting should be pretty good today. It's right behind the laptop, so colors are looking pretty good to me. So I think we're all good now. I've got good sound, a nice microphone for the sound, and good lighting. So how are you guys doing? It's been a while, and I just realized I forgot to draw for the prize for this month, but I will do that when we get down there. Then I can show you guys which number it is. So let me go ahead and get started. The first thing I'm going to show you is something I just started. I didn't work on my fleece flight. I had to put that aside because I joined... I don't know why I do this to myself, but I joined a knit along at Hill Country Weavers, and it's for the Fading Point shawl, which is by Joji Locatelli. I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen it. I'm not sure. No, I don't have a picture readily available, but it's a very large shawl. It's very similar to the Starting Point, the shaping, the way it's made. And I am starting off it with hedgehog fibers. And this is the birthday cake colorway. So let's see, this is the right side. So really, I've only worked up to the second round of clues. I believe I'm going to be using this color for the first couple of clues. And then my second color is going to be Primrose Fiber Company. And this is what it looks like. And this one, I know it has some cashmere in it. Or not cashmere, this is merino and silk. And I don't remember what the colorway is for this one. I bought it when I was in Nashville. The colorway, I should have had the... Oh, I guess because I was playing with it because I was showing everybody what color I was going to use next. So the ball band fell out. But next time I show it to you, I'll tell you. Hopefully, I will be on to the next color. I need to work on this today. Because we're getting together every other weekend to work on it. So, and it's in my beautiful, beautiful fairy bag. And look, there's sparkle on it too. It's a really good size bag. This is by the Silver Shed USA. I love her bags. They're extremely well made. This one has a handle, and it's big enough for a sweater. This has 6 skeins of yarn in it, I think, 5 or 6. So that's a good size. And then the main thing I've been working on is I'm still working on my blanket, but I did finish the first color, which was the color that, oh shoot, I stopped in the middle of a row. Oh well. The first color, which was my Adam Ant inspired colorway, which was Killer in the Home. And I'll show you that. That's the one on the bottom. And I've been blending it with the with one of my, actually it's more than one of the roadkills that I found that have red in them. And they're doing, it pretty much blended well. This is the Killer in the Home colorway right here. And then when it starts to get a little darker, that's the second color I put in. And so I'm finished with the first color. See how I was fading them? And I just started the third color, which you can see there's a purple there, and it's another one of my roadkills. And let's see, that's this one. And then there's one more. Let's see if I have it on the table. I did wind it. I don't see it right now, though. But there's another one that's going to come after this that is less red and more purple, and it's a little softer purple. So I think all those colors are going to blend pretty well together. I really like how the first two blended. You can see where it started. It's lighter, and then it gets a little darker, and then here's the third one. So I think that it's going to look great when it's done. And I realized I had never made a blanket with my own yarn, so I was like, I need an Undead blanket. So it's just a garter stitch blanket. It's like basically that granny square, or not granny square, it's that granny's favorite dishcloth pattern where you just increase every row until you're ready to start, until you get to the size you want, and then you decrease on the way down. And I have not gotten up to that, so I'm wondering if I might even need another skein of yarn, 1 or 2 more skeins of yarn. We'll see. And another new cast on. I thought I just had one new cast on, but no. I did go to SSK, and the SSK colorway that was in our bags were awesome this time. Look, it's a nice big sturdy bag like they do for Dallas Fort Worth Fiber Festival. And how cute is that? It's like a little Nyan Cat sheep. On the t-shirt, it actually has little rainbows. I didn't get the t-shirt though. It didn't quite fit me the way I wanted. So this one is called Judgy Rabbit. And it came in our bag, goodie bag, as DK, but I had asked for fibers, so I didn't get that. And actually she was behind me in line when we were signing in, and she told me she had it also in fingering, and I was like, I really want that in fingering. So I bought a skein from her at the market, and that's what it looks like. And it's really cool because I started the socks like the day I bought it. And I don't think you can really tell on this side, a little bit, but it's kind of doing a really cool striping effect. See, I love, like, it looks like there's this is a stripe, this is a stripe, and then another. I just love the way it looks. Yeah, you can see it better there. And I don't know if that was planned. Sometimes when you dye stuff, it comes out, you're surprised the way it knits up. But you can kind of plan for maybe self-striping. But I doubt it would self-stripe in something else. Although someone did make a hat with the DK yarn, and it did self-stripe. So inadvertent self-striping, I think. But yeah, I really like this. I really like this colorway. It's so pretty. So that, and I have it in my Amy Beth bag that I bought. Oops. But I can't show you the whole bag because it's got a swear word on it. Oh, that's not a swear. That's just this. But this is what the fabric looks like. It's really pretty. And it's hilarious because it has a swear word on it that I can't show you that on the podcast because I'm trying to not be explicit. Okay. Let's see. There are a couple other things. I'm getting closer to finishing in my Loopy Groupie bag by Della Q. I'm getting close to finishing the Wrapped in Lino shawl that I was knitting. And it's really long. I was on the podcast, she showed the Aspastrico podcast. She showed that she had made one, and she showed how big it was. And when I started knitting it, I didn't think it was going to be that big because it's kind of, well, it rolls for one thing because it's stockinette. But it's not fat, like wide, so I was surprised at how big it is, but it is extremely long. And then when I actually put it on and wrapped it around, I do think it's going to be nice and cozy. It's going to be bigger than a scarf. And I still have to do all the decreases at the end. This is the right side. I still have to do all the decreases. I'm in the decrease part. It's kind of a parallelogram. And this is in, what was it, handpaintedyarns.com. Some yarn that they spun and then plied together. So it's basically, it's a hand spun. But they also did the dyeing, and it's cool because they have little neps in it. So this is going to be kind of fun. I'm glad I did it. This is the project I chose for it because the yarn is way busier than I thought it was going to be. It's yeah, it's got lots of pops of color in it. So I think it'll be perfect for a scarf. And it will go well with, it'll probably go with a lot of the coats I have. So, because I generally tend to buy coats that are single color. That way you can match it with any color you want. Or accessories are easier to match. And I think that is it for all the stuff. Yeah, those are all the things that I did work on since the last project. Oh, one more. I did work on my Undead yarn socks. Let's see if I have those in here. think I brought the, maybe I didn't bring it down. Or maybe it's in here. Let me look and see if I put it in this bag too. I'm still working on those stripy socks. I did work on them at SSK, which is why I brought them down. I haven't worked on them in the last week, but I don't see it. It was in my Erin Lane bag, and I don't see that bag right now, so maybe I forgot to bring it down. But I didn't make a lot of progress on those. So that's all the things I've been working on. So much is going on right now. Next week I go back to work. I told y'all I've been having a lot of trouble with my leg. I've been having trouble finding a PT that is on my insurance, which is incredibly frustrating. I was extremely worried about going back to work because I have not been able to walk very far without getting a lot of pain in my leg. So I looked up exercises to do, and I've done some exercises, and they do help, but I don't know for sure what I have, but it seems to me from talking to people and reading online, I probably have bursitis. My hips are uneven, and a lot of people who have uneven hips have uneven gait, and they eventually end up with bursitis, which is an inflammation in your hip, of like the little the bursa sac, I believe. Anyway, another thing that I found online is people were recommending a cane. Now, I'm not yet 50. I really didn't want to get a cane, but I have to go back to work, and my job basically is walking. I go pick up kids all over the school, and while it's not a huge school, it's not tiny either, and it's a lot of walking. So I did go ahead and break down and get a cane. People have told me I should yarn bomb it or something. I probably should put something on it, so at least if there's more than one person with a cane around, I know it's mine. I'm hoping I won't have to bring it to work, but we'll see. What I've noticed is I used the cane yesterday for the first time all day. And was it yesterday or the day before? The day before, when I got it. I used it, and then the next morning I woke up and I could walk around my room, my bedroom, without pain. And now, granted, you know, the pain does come back, so I noticed if I have the cane, I can do more because I'm not putting as much pressure on my leg when I walk. So it's a good thing, but I'm still going to, when I go to the doctor, I'm going to ask about maybe a cortisone shot or something, because I know that having a cane will help me, but I just cannot imagine spending all day walking with this cane, picking kids up and bringing them back all day, because this slows me down. So anyway, that's where I am with that, and I'm actually pretty happy that finally I found something that gives me some relief. Y'all getting old and you think, oh, well, I have insurance. Insurance is great when you don't need it. When you start to have health issues, you find out that it's you may not necessarily have the best insurance. Okay, enough of that. I did go to SSK, and it was a lot of fun. I had a really good time this time, and I think it's because I have a lot of friends that are there that some of them live here, and so we ended up getting a house together. Not all of us in the house lived in the same place, but we've all met each other through SSK or through other friends. And so a bunch of us stayed in the Airbnb, and the house was great. It was so nice to hang out with everybody. It was perfect. And we've also made some other new friends while we were there, and we had them come back to the house and hang out, and it was just a lovely time. And I have another group of friends who got a house together, and so my roommate, well, Abby was supposed to be my roommate. We ended up having our own rooms because some of the people who were supposed to come dropped out, so that was awesome too. Had my own room. And anyway, she came with me the first night, and we went out with some other friends who I've met because they've been at SSK so many years. One of them you might have heard, her name is I'll Knit With You, and it's Rebecca, and she has the I'll Knit With You podcast. And then there were a bunch of other people. Some of them are people I actually met in Texas, and others I've just met through SSK, and so we got to hang out with them the first night, and they helped me play Harry Potter because I'm an old lady, and It's the only game I've played in ages. I can't even remember the last time I played a game. I never got into any of the Facebook games or any of that stuff. I used to play games when I was a kid. I played Atari and all that, but this is the first time I actually got into a game, and I really like it. But there's all these little nuances that I didn't know how to do. So when we were at the table, I was like, "Can you guys show me how to make a potion? Can you show me how to do this? Can you show me how to fight?" Like, oh, you are so not cool anymore. You're old. Anyway, they were a lot of fun. They had a really good time. So, and one of our friends who was at the retreat let me drive her car. I mean, I'm very like, I don't know, I'm very stingy about my car. I don't really want anybody driving it. I thought that was really nice of her to let me drive me and my friend around while they were at SSK taking classes. So you guys are awesome. Holly, thank you so much. And Abby drove me around almost the whole time. Thank you. It was a really great time. So I got there, and then I got there too late to go to the yarn crawl thing, so we basically went and hung out until it was time to check in. And like I said, I checked in, and then after I checked in, I went through my bag. That was so fun. And we have one really awesome thing that was in the bag. There are two things that I got in the bag that I wanted to show. First one is I did ask for the fiber. You get a choice of fiber or yarn, and it seems like every year when I ask for the yarn, I end up wanting the fiber and end up buying that too. And it's funny, it's kind of what happened this year because I bought the colorway for the show at the market. And this was, let's see if I can take it out. This was what I got in my bag. It's going to crinkle, I'm sorry. I don't want to take it out because I'm not ready to spin it, and I don't want to ruin it until I'm ready to spin it. Two Guys. Whoops, this way. Two Guys Yarn Company. You guys know I buy from them. I love Jean and David. They're really, really great, nice guys. And y'all probably know, some of y'all might know that they have some of their yarn milled, so they have their own blends. Well, they got a bunch of different kinds of fiber, and they made a batch. And it's full of so many interesting fibers. Let me read to you what fibers are in it, and I'm so glad I got the batch, because this, I was excited about it. It is 55% Romney, 10% nylon, 15% banana, and 20% Southdown wool. And the cool thing is, they said how much, it outlines how many ounces, but it also tells you what colors are which wool. And the banana is pink, but they said when they started, I talked to Jean about it, when they started carding the banana in, it just kind of blended in, and so everything ended up being mostly purple and gray. And he said that it was interesting. He told me like the part of the banana that they used was, I can't remember. He said it's the very inside part of the banana is banana, whatever the, I'm thinking it's a tree. I'm not sure. I don't remember what he told me. It's got to be the tree or something, because I can't imagine, you can't get this from the fruit. But he said the very inside of it is silk-like, and so that's the part they use. And I thought that was interesting because all the banana yarn I've seen usually is slubby. So yeah, I'm looking forward to spinning this. Before I do, I'm kind of excited to open it up and kind of inspect like what it looks like. It'll be kind of neat to see. So that is what was in the bag. And the other thing that was in the bag that is very very unique and awesome. There were some other things. There were a bunch of coupon codes and things, but these were the two things I thought were really amazing. So these are the things I'm going to show you. We had a pair of sock blockers. Look, cool. It says Knit Girls on it. And comes with this. So if you're going to knit a sock, say you want to knit a sock, and I love this because, I always have to ask what size people are. This would be for me, because I'm a 5. But if you're going to knit a pair of socks, like, okay, my dad, I think, has a size 8. So you put it in, and this would be how long you knit the sock. Normally when I knit socks for people, I use the Ann Budd's Handy Book of Patterns because she's got all it worked out for each foot size, and she has inches and all that, and that's usually what I use. But this is cool too. Like if I wanted to just start, just start knitting, and I just wanted to measure it as I went, I could do it like that. I could put it over here and that will tell me. The only thing I noticed is that it only goes up to 10.5. And my husband has a size 13. But hey, he's here. So I'll just put it on his foot. So this runs from, gosh, it's even a size 3, so you could make kids socks too. I don't know what the beginning one would be. I would guess a size 1 for a child would be the beginning right here. And then, so it goes from size 1 to size 10.5, which is really, I think this is really cool. And they, I'm not sure who they had make them for them, but they were basically, and look, it's over here too. They were basically, they designed these. Laura and Leslie designed these. How cool is that? Like, I think this is brilliant. That was my favorite thing in the bag. Well, besides the fiber. The fiber's pretty cool too, but that's really awesome, isn't it? And the bag, I used their bag from last year as this year's school bag, but it's kind of floppy. This one is not, and it's sturdy and it can fit more. This is my school year bag this year. The other one, bye-bye. I love this. It's awesome. So that was what we did at SSK. Oh, and the bottom part of what I have in here is not this. That I actually bought. I think I bought that at one of the yarn shops. Yeah, this is Heartside Fiber, this funky black and crazy fuchsia. This is, it was from House of Yarn, and I think it's one of the only things I bought at House of Yarn. It's black alpaca and tussa silk, and I love it. And I also have some stuff that I bought from Hip Strings last year that has this kind of content, so I'll probably use that. But what I wanted to do is show you, I took a class from Maggie Casey. Yes, they get the best teachers. I took a class from Maggie Casey, and it was about long draw. And I wanted to take it because I've taken classes on plying and all kinds of other stuff, but I've never taken a class that was just for long draw. Drinking coffee. It's maple cinnamon. It was a seasonal from World Market. It's yummy. So anyway, and I've done this in other classes too. I love when they do this. So you get a sample of the things that you've done during class. So the first one, it was an interesting class. The first one she had us do our default long draw, like just the way you normally do it, and then put a sample. I think that's pretty evenly balanced. And then she had us try different kinds of long draw. There's an American long draw, which I obviously need practice with, but I kind of over twisted it. But we did that one a lot throughout the class, so I think I got the hang of it later. And then it's interesting, I used roving. This one was not very good. That was kind of slubby. This was from a roll lag. It was a little bit easier. And then over the fold, she gave us a couple different fibers to use. So I have 2 of them here. Let's see. Here's over the fold. This one did not come out any better than the roll lag, I don't think. This one is a little bit better. And this one this one was BFL. And it's interesting, I thought it was actually gray, but that was the lighting because it's brown. This is a BFL. And I think I did a better job with the BFL. BFL was lovely. I think I must have a thing for BFL when I spin because I like the colors. I don't know. And then we spun from cottonseed, and I can't believe it actually worked. I was so excited I was able to do it. I mean, it's funny, when I did from the cottonseed, it worked great. But then she gave us some cotton roving, and it seemed harder. I don't know why. Maybe because I wasn't being as gentle. You had to be really gentle with the cotton seed because it's basically this, it was like, in the middle was the seed, and you had pulled all the outside fibers out, but it was only that about this big. So I was very surprised at how it came out. I mean, it's, with her directions, she gave amazing directions. Let's see if I can show you. Y'all, I was able to spin it, and it didn't, when I did the cotton seed, it didn't really break. When I did the cotton roving, it kept breaking, but it could have been because I have more of it, and I wasn't as gentle because it was roving. So that was awesome. Now, this is the second time I spun cotton. The first time, but I will say the first time I did it, I don't think the instructor was that good. I won't name any names, but I don't think it was the best spinning instructor. Maggie's just as awesome as Jillian and JC. They're all amazing spinning teachers. I've learned so much taking classes from them. Yeah, they were great. The teacher, they know what they're doing. They know how to give very specific instructions. They walk around, they can watch what you're doing and give you better instructions, like specific to you. They're just amazing teachers, and I cannot believe that I spun cotton. And I'm so excited, like right now, all the Eel Wheel minis that people bought, the Eel Wheel Nanos, the little tiny ones that we got to customize and what colors we wanted, they're going out, but I'm like number 3,000 on 3,000. Let's see, I wrote it down actually, 3,696. And I think the person who's 3,000 just got their shipping notice, so it's going to be a while before I get mine because there was something with the shipping. The boat went the wrong place or something. I don't know. We were supposed to get them in July, but something happened with the order. I think it went to the wrong place. So anyway, great class. I mean, I can't even say enough about SSK. My first couple years were hard because I was just getting to know people, and it's always hard when there's a group of people and you're all so different, because I think knitting just draws so many different kinds of people. But it's different once, okay, you're all different, but you know each other. I don't know, it just felt more comfortable. It felt really nice, but I can say that it's a well-organized event. Every year I have had amazing teachers and learned quite a bit. I mean, this one and the Hill Country Weavers retreats are two of my favorite retreats. I really think they get top-notch teachers. So I'll probably be applying again next year. I said, oh, maybe I won't go next year. But the reason I kind of was thinking that is I thought maybe, I told my husband I want to go overseas. And I was thinking we might end up going in July, but it turns out I found time to go in May. So I might still have July open. So we'll see. So that was another thing I did, is I took that class, and then we had the market, and I am, since, let's see how far this is going. Oh my gosh, I'm already up to 28 minutes. Maybe I won't go through all the stuff I bought. I bought quite a bit. And I guess what I'll tell you that maybe I should show you guys stuff that I bought that I've never seen before. I did go, we missed my friend Joe always has yarn crawl before SSK starts, but we missed that. So we went another day when Abby and I did not have a class, and we went to Bliss Yarn, and at Bliss Yarn I bought these 2 skeins of Lola Bean, and there was a sweater knit with this. I don't know if it was a magpie. It was one of the crop sweaters. It was knit with, it was her colors, but it wasn't these, but it was close to this. And it's funny because I saw that in the window. I was like, oh, that's so cute. And then I went inside, and when I found this yarn, I was like, oh, that's my yarn. Look at it, guys. Yellow with speckles. Oh, I want to make one of those little crop tops. I didn't think I would, but I don't know. They're growing on me, and they look like they're so fast. So I don't know. This might be a magpie if I have enough yarn for that. If not, I do have other yarns that might match it. I could match it with like one of the speckle colors. There's brown and green. A green might look really nice, or brown. I think a brown would look nice, or actually an orange is in there too. And then I also bought, this I had not seen before, but this was on sale, and y'all, these are my colors, and it's silk and wool. And this is called, it's by Rain's Obsessive Stitchery, and they were getting rid of this. I guess maybe it had been in the shop a while, but it was half off, so I bought 2 of these. It was lovely. And then I did want to say my friend Patty, she brought a bunch of stuff. She's so sweet. She brought a bunch of stuff that she just wanted to, she didn't want it in her house anymore because she hadn't used it. And so I ended up, of course, picking out a Halloween bag. I saw that. I was like, that's mine. And I was so excited. This kit, I missed out on buying it. I was going to buy it, and I didn't. And I was like, why didn't you buy it? It's a kit that Sadie of the Yarnivore podcast put out. Look how cute these socks are. Brachio socks. My husband loves dinosaurs, so I might make these socks for him. Probably not this year, but I'm going to hide that because I don't want him to say, where are my socks? I'm probably going to end up making him, I have some mitts that I'm halfway done with. Those are probably going to be his Christmas present this year. But look at the yarn. It's by When Sadie Used to Die. Whoops, Knitter's Nightmare. In the colorway Nashville Coffee Run and Nightfall. This must be the Nightfall. So these go together. And I'm going to make those socks for Anthony. I'm not sure when. I guess maybe I could make them for his birthday. His birthday is in May. That might be nice to give him the socks to wear when we go to England. So he can have some warm feet. Because I'm guessing it's not going to be as warm as it is here when we go to England. Even if it is in May. So that was something different that I got. And the other things I wanted to just mention is that I had never seen... I have a few skeins of Dragon Horde yarn. Tristan and her mother, they're just really wonderful, nice people. And their colors are so subtle and beautiful. So I bought one mini skein from Dragon Horde, and this one, and I've also bought a skein of yarn, but I'm not going to pull that out too. This one is her, let's see, it just says Dragon Horde yarn. It was one of her collections. Oh, this is the Mythology mini set. My little boy is whining over there. This is Naiad, Tree Sprite, Sky Nymph, and Song of the Siren, and Dancing Fawn. Look at how gorgeous. And then I got a mother mini skein set from her mom, who is Yarn Cafe. And I'm really sorry I'm doing all this, but her colors, like, she uses a lot of, like, brown, orangey colors that are kind of subtle, and I just love them. You know, guys know I love brown. And this was her, I'm not sure what set this is, but the colors are Manicure, Plateau, Sandstone, Sludge, and Thicket. Let me see if I can move this down a little bit. It won't say. No, I'm not sure what the color is, but look at those. Aren't they gorgeous? So I had not seen stuff from them before, so I bought from them. I did buy some things from Spotted Circus. I think this is Spotted Circus. I bought some things from Hip Strings. Yeah, this is Spotted Circus. Actually, I could mix this with that other fiber that I showed you. I had bought from them last year, and they had another cool skein I liked. They have some nice bright colors. So I bought from them. I bought something from Hip Strings. I cannot find it right now. I have so much junk in here. I bought a lot of stuff. Maybe I'll show you guys some more next time, but I don't want to make this podcast go on for too long. I do want to say that I have some new colorways that I put up in the shop, and I will be putting up more. I'm just slowly adding them. I have a lot of yarn to photograph, and because of my leg, I've been behind, and I'm sorry, guys. This has been my deal this summer. How do I get around? So anyway, I just love this color, and it's a roadkill only because I don't know if I can find this dye again. There are some times when some of the, well, Dharma does this a lot. Dharma will put out colors that are just a limited edition and you can't get them again. And I'm not sure if this is one of those limited edition dyes that I used for this, but I did use quite a bit of it too. But it just came out, I think it's stunning. So it's a beautiful peach color, but I put Roadkill on it because I am not sure if I can do this again. It will depend on if I'm able to find the dye again. But I have two, actually I have 4 of these. And this is a huge skein of yarn. It's 657 yards of superwash BFL. And I know somebody who used one of these to make a cardigan for herself. So if you had 2 of them, you could probably make a sweater. Or 3 of them would make a sweater, definitely. And then this is Zombieland. I have 2 skeins of this up in the shop. I have a bunch of other yarn that I need to photograph from Houston and put up in the shop. So that'll slowly be going up. So watch my Instagram feed. And I am also thinking ahead about, I need to make my Halloween colorway for this year. I haven't decided yet which one. And I'm probably not going to redo some of the ones I've done in the past. I feel like my Halloween colorway, some of the ones I've already done, I feel like there are other people who are doing colors that look similar to them now, so I'm probably not going to put those back up. But I will have a new colorway this year for Halloween. And I believe right now I did not see anything in the Ravelry group for the FO thread. If you guys finish something in my yarn, you can put, if you have a page for the project, you need a project page. If you have a project page for something you finished in my yarn, you can post it in the Undead yarn finished object thread and you will be eligible to win a $7 or less pattern. So I didn't have anybody to pull from this month, so somebody could have put one in and just been an automatic winner. Usually there's like 1 or 2. Sometimes there's more. A couple of times we've had like 3 or 4. But that's usually, I think, when we've been doing a joint knit along with somebody. I did also put up my shroud pattern, and it's that big huge shawl that I showed you guys the last few times when I was podcasting. I did make a pattern for it and I put it up on Ravelry and it's free. It takes 3 skeins of sock yarn and you basically, it's a garter stitch shawl. It's extremely simple. The fun thing about it is you switch yarn whenever you want. So that's what it's called, a recipe instead of a pattern. Well, it's a pattern, but I call it a recipe because basically you decide when you want to switch. You can do a fade, or you can just do color blocking, or you can do like I did, where I just kept switching it until the end, and then the bottom part I did in one color, because I like to do the edging usually in one color. I think if it's more than one, it kind of detracts from what you're doing. So right now what I'm going to do is look at the Finish Our Frogget along and see what the last number was for the entries in July. And it looks like the last July entry was number 69. Okay, I'll have to remember that because I don't have a pencil. 69, and the first entry for that for July was June. Okay, the first entry for that was, oh, we didn't have that many. 65 to 69. So let me pull up the random number generator, random.org. And it's funny, you know, somebody had done Siri on their phone, and I tried that, and it wasn't random. It would pick like the first number or the last number, so I'm happy with using the random number generator. Okay, so 65 through 69, generate, and it says 69. So who was 69? 69 is the winner. Let's see, number 69 is Sylvia. Where is Sylvia from? Sylvia from East Wareham, Massachusetts. You have won a skein of Jitterbug. Let's see if I have it. Yes, I do. I can show you what you won. You have won a skein of Jitterbug. Calling it Jitterbug, and let's see, what's the colorway? I don't know what the colorway is on this one. I don't understand. It says, oh, it says a free pattern overleaf. I didn't realize that. So there's a pattern in there too. And this one is, why is it so hard to read this thing? It says 100% merino wool. So it's 100% merino. Fingering weight yarn, reds and purples. And if you contact me, Sylvia, I will get this out to you. And with that, I'm hearing my dog is getting more insistent. He needs me to go take care of him. And with that, I hope everybody's doing well. I start school next week, so wish me luck. And I will see you guys. I hope everybody's doing well. And with that, I'm going to say get busy knitting or get busy dyeing.